different things involved. So how the scheduling is going to happen over here. So when we say scheduling, let's try to understand the purpose of the scheduling. Okay, so the main thing is why people will go for scheduling is, one is the long running reports. Okay, if the reports are going to take like more than 30 minutes, and there are cases some reports in prod will run for 2 hours as well. So in order to run such reports, so we'll run them in the background using the scheduling process. Okay, so and another one is all the users may not have access to the BO. Okay, so the admin might be scheduling the reports and will be making these scheduled reports available in some shared location, so that other users can pick from there. Or else the admin can mail to them, or admin can configure the scheduling to directly go to the user's inbox. Okay, so multiple options. He can share or he can mail to them. Either way, he can send the reports to the users who don't have access to the BO. Okay, so users who don't have access to BO can get their reports. Can get or access their reports using scheduling. Okay, and the third purpose is, so if it is the higher level management, right, they don't want to run the reports. Okay, so they expect the reports to be readily available by the time they were in. Okay, like making the reports readily available. Okay, so typically the IO management will fall into the third category. So we can categorize the purpose of the scheduling in these 3 areas. Okay, so tools or apps support scheduling. Okay, so in BO, what all the tools or the applications support scheduling? One is we can schedule using InfoView or Launchpad or through CMC. Okay, I'm not including here the third party tools here. Okay, just I'm including the BO. So you can schedule from InfoView and you can schedule from CMC as well. So now the question is, what is the difference between these two? Okay, so typically in a real-time environment, we don't give access to the CMC to any user. To any user in the sense to the end users or to the business users. Okay, so end users will try to schedule their reports using the Launchpad or the InfoView apps, and the admin can schedule it through the InfoView or the Launchpad, and also you can use CMC. But there is some difference within the options available in scheduling when you use Launchpad and when you use CMC. Okay, so those differences we'll try to see when we schedule. Okay, and servers responsible for scheduling. Okay, so you know we have in business objects, like we have like different servers, various servers. Okay, which server is mainly responsible for performing the schedule? Okay, so in BO R4, it's adaptive job server. So whatever the type of schedule you are performing, like whether it's a baby report, dashboard, crystal report, any external programs, LCM jobs, anything. Okay, everything will be taken care by your adaptive job server. When it comes to R3.X, there are different adaptive job servers. There are different adaptive job servers. There are many adaptive job servers. Sorry, instead of adaptive job servers, all we can say is there are many job servers. Each job server is for a specific purpose, or each job server will handle a specific type of schedules, type of schedule functionality. That is, okay, so this adaptive job server we have in R3 as well, where this will handle baby reports, LCM jobs, and for crystal reports there is a separate job server called crystal reports job server for crystal reports. And for desk key reports, there is one more job server called desktop intelligence job server. Okay, there is one more job server called program job server. This is for scheduling the external programs. And there is one more thing called LOV, list of values job server. For LOVs, okay, within the crystal reports. And there is something called destination job server, okay, where this performs like if you want to send the mails, okay, from one user to the another user, okay, so this job server is going to perform the activation. Okay, so that's why the number of servers in Vivo R4 is reduced. Okay, this is one of the reasons, because they clubbed all these job servers into the adaptive job server itself. Okay, and the next one is destinations. To what destinations you can schedule a report? To what destinations you can schedule a report? One is inbox, and number two, file system, and number 3, FTP, file transfer protocol, and number 4, email. So inbox means every user within the BO has his own inbox. Every user within the BO has his own inbox. So we can send the reports to that inbox. File system. File system refers to the disks available within the BO server. So where the BO server software is installed, okay, whatever the disks available in that machine, okay, either the mapped drives or the local drives can be referred to as file system. Okay, that means you can send the output of your schedule to the local drives within the BO server only. Okay, because mapped drives also will be considered as BO local drives. Okay, FTP means from the BO server, if you want to send the reports or the scheduled reports to some other machine. Okay, in that case we are going to use file transfer protocol, that is transferring the output file from BO server to the some other machine. And the fourth one is the email. So this is pretty clear, where it will deliver the scheduled output to the users' mailboxes. Okay, so these are the 4 destinations supported for scheduling. And the next one is the scheduling states. So what are the different states a schedule? Okay, so what are the different states a schedule will undergo? Okay, so whenever you create a schedule, first it will be entering the pending state. From pending, it's going to move into the running, and from running, either it will go to the success or it will go to the failure. Okay, and there is one more state called recurrence. Okay, if you create a recurring schedule, okay, the above 3, whatever I mentioned, pending, running, success or failure, is applicable for individual schedules. Okay, this recurrence will only applicable for recurring schedules. Recurring schedules. Recurring in the sense we want to run a schedule every day for 1 month. Okay, what will happen is it's not going to create individual 30 instances whenever you create a schedule. Okay, instead it's going to create a recurrence, and it will mark the recurrence as from this date to so and so date run this one. Okay, and within that it will mention the frequency every day or every hour or on a particular week, so and so days. Okay, and it's going to mention the next run time. So next when it's going to run. When the time arrives, what it is going to do is the recurrence entry will be as it is. Whenever the time arrives, it's going to create the actual schedule which it's going to run. So at the particular time, one more entry will be created. It will run that entry and the recurrence will be updated. Yes, Sumit.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
Yes, Sumit.
Sometimes your voice is, it is breaking actually. I mean, there is system. Sometimes your voice is breaking actually. There is some long pauses coming actually. I don't know why.
Oh. Just a minute.
Mm-hmm. And there is a noise at the background?
No, actually this is like I'm at home, right? So little bit there might be some.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. So this recurrence means we want to run a schedule for 1 month. Okay, and we are going to set the frequency. So what will happen is it's going to create one entry for recurrence, and in this recurrence it will mention the start date and end date and the frequency and when it's going to run the next time. When the time arrives, what will happen is this recurrence entry will be as it is. It's going to create one more entry and it's going to run that. Once that entry has been run, then the information within the recurrence entry will be updated. Okay, then again this recurrence entry needs to create another instance. Okay, so that way this recurrent state will work. Okay, this I'll show anyhow, like when we get into the practical, right, then you'll be able to understand it much more clearly. Okay, so this is the scheduling states, and the next one is the formats. So what are all the different formats it's supported? So it depends. Okay, so the format supported for crystal reports varies from the Webby reports. Okay, so I'm writing here the general formats which are supported: PDF, Excel, CSV, text. Okay, so these are the formats supported for schedule. Okay, now let's get into the tool and let's try to see how we are going to schedule these reports. Okay, so what I am going to do is, first I will show how to schedule the reports from Launchpad, and then we'll get into the CNC. Okay, so here we have some reports. Okay, let's try to schedule these reports. Okay, so first let me try whether I'm able to run these reports or not, because there are many people who use this and they try to change the connections to the universes. Let me see whether it's running or not. So let's try to schedule this report. So to schedule any report, so we'll be selecting the report, right click, and then go to the schedule option. So select the schedule option. Now here these are all the different options available for scheduling the report. The first one is the instance title. So this is nothing but the instance title or the instance name. By default, the report name will appear as the instance title. Okay, if you want, we can change it. Okay, I'm just putting underscore test. And the recurrence. Recurrence is nothing but the frequency pattern. So how frequent you want to run it. But if you want to run it immediately, select now or once. Okay, maybe only once at a later point of time, so that you can select the date and time at what time you want to run it. Okay, if you want every hour or every day or weekly Okay, weekly if you want on particular days, you can select the pattern. Okay, similarly monthly. Okay, and there were some other recurrence pattern, nth day of month, first Monday of month, last day of month, etc. Okay, and there is one more flexible one called as calendar. Okay, this we'll take a look at later on. So these are all the different recurrence patterns which are available. First, let me select right away. Immediately I want to run it. Okay, next, formats. What are all the different formats which supported? So, WebP format, Excel, PDF, CSV. Okay, and for Web Intelligence, it supports Web Intelligence format itself, and for Crystal Reports, it supports Crystal Reports format also. So, here I am selecting the PDF. And let's forget about the staging, events, and scheduling server group for the time being, and then let's jump on to the destinations. So, in the destinations, we'll try to use the inbox as the destination. Okay, inbox as the destination. Okay, so about all this I'll explain a bit later. Okay, now click on schedule. See, by default, whenever you create, it will be pending state. This screen will be an auto refresh screen, will be refreshed every 10 seconds, or else you can refresh from the refresh button here. Okay, now it entered running state. And from running, it went to the success, either success or failure it will go. Okay, it went to the success. Okay, now if you see, if you want to see the options, what are the different options you selected. Okay, or if you want to see which server executed the schedule. Okay, just click on the success link. Or if you get a failure link to look at the error message, you need to click on the same failure link. Okay, click on that particular link. It will give you the details. So what is the title? What is the format we set? Okay, what is the status? Destination, to which destinations we set? Okay, who is the owner? That means who created this schedule. I logged in with HANA user, so that's why it is showing us HANA. Okay, at what time the schedule started executing, at what time it ended, and how much time it took to execute the schedule. Okay, which server is used to perform the scheduling? Okay, adapter, job server. What is the internal process ID? Okay, so where the report exists, that is in Web Intelligence samples folder. Is this a federated cluster now? So the expiry, but as we set it to run now, so at whatever the time we set, the same date will be coming as the expiry. Formats and the parameters. Parameters is nothing but the input prompts. Okay, we don't have any input prompts for this report, so that's why it is blank. In case of any error message, it will give one more entry called error, and it will list on the what is about the error message. Okay, and if you want to see the output, just double click on this. It will open the report. Sumit, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so this way, like, we can open the reports. Okay, so it just like click on the whatever the instance has been ran, just click on that link, the report will be opened. Okay, now if you see, we scheduled the report to the inbox, right? We scheduled the report to the inbox, but we didn't select any user to whose inbox it should go. Okay, so when we don't select any user, by default it will go to the administrator's inbox, or the user who created that schedule, the respective user's inbox it will go. Here I created this schedule using the HANA user, so it will go to my inbox itself. Okay, let's go to the inbox folder and see whether this input controls and charts underscore test instance exists or not, which has been executed at 8:41 AM. Okay, so go to the my documents here. There is an inbox folder, input controls and charts underscore test, which has been executed at 8:41. So from here also you can open and see. Right, I'm not opening. So this way the reports can be scheduled to the inboxes. If you see here, in this case I scheduled the report to the inbox without specifying any user, so that it came to my inbox. If I want to send to the some other user's inbox, there I need to select the users to who and all I need to send this report copy. Okay, so for that what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one user here. Okay, and I will send the report output to that user's inbox. So I created test one user. Let's use this user. Now let me edit this report. So I'm not editing. Okay. Now there is one more observation. Okay, so before scheduling the report to other users inbox, there is one more observation. Here you do. If you see, this is the report we scheduled, right? Input controls and charts, and this is the report we didn't schedule. If you see, the type for both of them is web intelligence, and for this the last run is 8:41 AM. For this there is no last run, and the number of instances is 1, and for this there is no instances. If you see here, the last run and the number of instances will be populated only when a report is scheduled. If the report is not scheduled, these two will be empty. Okay, even though if you run on demand manually n number of times, these two will not be populated at all. These will be populated only when a schedule is being created. So you can refer these two entries were related to the schedule. Okay, when it's been run last time using the schedule, and as on date how many instances exist will be shown under the instances column. If you see, this is the last executed at 8:41, and we scheduled it only once, so that's why the instances were only 1. So let me schedule this report once again. Okay, I'm simply giving underscore 1 recurrence. Let me put it now itself. Instead of now, this time let's take it once. Okay, maybe at a later point of time. So the current system time is 8:50. So I am going to put this one as 8:52. Okay, that is on today. That is 17th. And the format, this time I am going to use Excel format, and directly I am jumping onto the destinations. Here I am going to select the destination as the inbox. Now, earlier we didn't select any user. Now select the user to whom you want to send. So here I want to send it to the test one.